Today we're joined by Doc O'Connor, co-founder and managing partner of ARCTOS Partners. Let's talk about sports. Why sports?
Look, I think it starts with the fact that sports matter. They matter to literally billions of people globally. They matter on a whole number of different levels, including culturally. They're tied up with our tribal instincts and matters of human identity. They matter politically. They're a force for change globally for over a century now. They matter financially. They are a very, very robust and potent asset class and ecosystem in general. But if you were to map that ecosystem, you would see that at the very center are the leagues and clubs and franchises, and they power the entire ecosystem. There have been investors across the fringes of that ecosystem, but never, at least in North America, in the center, the most valuable part of the ecosystem. It's off limits to institutional capital. But in 2019, Major League Baseball was the first North American league to change their ownership rules to allow for institutional capital in the form of what's called covered funds. And myself and my partners saw this as an opportunity to allow institutional capital to have access to this very potent asset class for the very first time.
And clearly, you love sports as well. Why, explain a bit about the history of ARCTOS, why you decided to set up the firm, and just, a bit about the history of it.
Well, I've been 40 plus years in sports, entertainment and media. 35 years as an operator, 5 years now as an investor. My partner Ian Charles comes from the private equity space. I think, we both saw the opportunity from different angles. I saw it from the operator angle, as I explained. I've come to understand the power and importance of sports assets. For Ian, he's an expert in illiquid markets, and particularly in North America, it was a highly, highly potent asset class, but a highly illiquid market. So we both saw the opportunity from different angles. And if you look at the performance of these assets as an asset class, and no one had before, you can see that they outperform equities, they outperform most commodities. They do so with less volatility, very low leverage, and without correlation to other asset classes. So there are very unique characteristics to sports as an asset class, sports franchises, I should say.
And obviously the big recent news all around the NFL. What does that mean for you and the business?
Well, the NFL is in a category of one. It is singularly as one league, it is by far the most revenue generative and the most profitable of all leagues globally. It may not be the most popular sport globally, but it is an absolute juggernaut when it comes to generating revenues and profitability because of a number of structural elements, the way the league is set up. So for us, it represents a very, very potent and vibrant addressable market that's opened up to us now. And it will be, it's an ecosystem that can use growth capital and liquidity capital, and it will be interesting to see how this whole ecosystem unfolds.
And you've obviously got an investment here in Paris in PSG. What are the differences between North American and European when it comes to investing in sports as a whole?
Well, there's a lot of differences. So we're very selective about the European football clubs that we would invest in. We're looking for characteristics that are similar to the dynamics in the North American landscape for investment in football. So that lowers the addressable market quite considerably. Paris is a remarkable club. It is arguably the most important city in Western Europe, yet it only has one football club. When you compare that to London, which in top flight football has anywhere from 6 to 8 or 9 franchises at any given time. In the English Premier League, Milan has 2 or 3 major clubs. Madrid has 2 or 3 major clubs. Barcelona the same. So it's unique in that standpoint that there's only one club. It sits atop the most valuable developmental region for football talent worldwide, the most valuable, more valuable than any region in Brazil or any other parts of the world. PSG has invested over 300 million euros in a brand new academy they opened last year to hopefully take advantage of the incredible talent that they sit atop. And it's already paying dividends. You're seeing a club that's in a major pivot from a Galacticos strategy to one that is more reliant on talent that they develop. And they fielded the youngest team in Champions League history last year, went to the semifinals. This year, an average age of 22 and a half years old in the opening game, I think, which has set another record. They have an incredible management team. They have visionary and aggressive leadership in Nasser Al-Khelaifi. We are really, really happy with our partnership with PSG, and we think that there's lots of room to run to grow what has already become a global brand into something even bigger.
I think finally, what does 2024 look like for ARCTOS and for the sports industry as a whole?
I think that the outlook is very, very good. Sports is a juggernaut of a content play. It's consumed live. It's the only form of content that is consumed live. It's the largest aggregation of audience, reliable audience in the world, and as such, it becomes the most important and valuable marketing platform in the world. So, the revenue outlook for all sports, from media, sponsorship, advertising, et cetera, is very rosy. So there are some issues to work out, some challenges to be met, but the outlook for the entire sports ecosystem is very strong right now.
Perfect. Thanks a lot.